Good evening. You're watching the news on Croatian television. Economy Minister Martina Dalic met with fellow economy ministers from neighboring countries in the Slovenian resort of Bled. The aim of the meeting was to present the outline of the settlement agreement reached with Agrokor's creditors and to inform them of the progress being made by the crisis management team in resolving the overall situation with Agrokor.
I have informed my colleagues that by reaching an agreement in principle with creditors, there is an open path towards reaching a final settlement deal. There is still a lot of work ahead for the crisis management team, but this agreement provides strong arguments that the crisis management team will complete its mandate by July 10th. Preserving Agrokor's stability in Croatia has contributed to ensuring that companies in neighboring countries also continue to have stable operations.
Russia's ambassador to Croatia, Anvar Azimov, commented on the Agrokor settlement proposal and the role of the consortium's single largest creditors, Russia's Sberbank and VTB Bank.
Sberbank and VTB Bank came to Croatia to help and stabilize situation in Agrokor. No other reasons. We only will promote to the stability of the Agrokor to solve the problems, because for us stability of the Agrokor is extremely important, because this is also the stability of your country, stability of your government.
The government has responded to the European Commission's request to address Slovenia's threat of legal action against Croatia at the European Court of Justice if the controversial arbitration court ruling is not implemented, something Slovenia says violates both European and international law. Croatia maintains that Slovenia compromised the arbitration procedure by engaging in backroom deals in order to secure a favorable verdict.
Our entire response is clearly argued, step by step, in regards to the complaint made by Slovenia. The procedure itself dictates that once a formal initiation of a motion before the Commission has been made, the countries involved must submit formal written opinions. Croatia has now completed that step. There will also be an oral hearing in May organized by the Commission, whereby both sides will present their positions. Our position is that border disputes must comply with international law and not European law.
President Kolinda Grabar-Kitarović has temporarily moved her office to Šibenik-Knin County. This marks the 15th time the president has chosen to conduct her official duties away from Zagreb. Her three-day stay in Šibenik began early on Tuesday morning with the traditional raising of the presidential flag outside the county building. The president used her opening address to underline the importance of Croatia's economic and demographic renewal.
Last year alone, 80,000 people left Croatia. 40,000 of them moved to Germany. If this isn't an extreme situation that needs extreme measures, I don't know what is. Partial measures, such as raising the quota of work visas for foreigners, will not solve this problem. We are running out of time. The main priority for all of us in the state leadership is to create the conditions for people to stay in this country and enable them to live their lives.
The Minister of Demographics and the Minister of Finance both responded to the perceived criticism from the president regarding the country's declining demographics.
It's much easier to criticize than to take responsibility. We, on the other hand, have taken responsibility. We are implementing measures that are in line with the government's policies regarding our demographic revitalization program. I don't understand where all the criticism is coming from. I welcome all constructive criticism, but also the proposal of concrete measures and the active engagement towards solving these issues.
Nobody can ever say that enough is being done, especially when it comes to demographics. We need to work together in many different areas in order to garner a positive result. We're not the only country dealing with this issue, but this is definitely the #1 priority for everyone involved.
At the closed portion of today's cabinet session, the government proposed Dražen Jelenić to replace Dinko Cvitan as the next chief state prosecutor. Jelenić is currently the deputy state prosecutor and the president of the State Attorney's Council. Justice Minister Dražen Bošnjaković said Parliament's Judiciary Committee must first give its opinion on the proposed candidate before it can be debated on and voted on by MPs.
We believe that we are due for some new energy around here, a fresh approach. This is a very complex and demanding position which requires someone to tackle a whole range of precise, complicated, and challenging cases head on. The responsibility is enormous, but I believe this will be a welcome change.
In related news, the largest opposition party, the SDP, reacted positively to the proposed candidate, saying Jelenic was a good choice with lots of experience. The Živi Zid activist party, however, was less enthusiastic, saying Jelenic was a holdover from a mandate which failed to produce results. Meanwhile, the most parties said they would support the new candidate.
It appears like he is a professional with lots of experience. I hope that Mr. Jelenic will reinstill confidence in the state attorney's office. I hope that institution will once again work in the interest of citizens and not the ruling party.
Taking a quick look at sports, the fourth edition of the International Men's Tour of Croatia cycling race began today in Osijek. The first of 6 stages wrapped up this afternoon when Italian Nicolo Bonifazio crossed the finish line in Koprivnica just after 5 p.m. local time. The 6-day race will finish on April 22nd in Zagreb after the top racers from around the world will have covered some 1,000 kilometers across the country. Less than 2 months remain before the start of the World Cup in Russia. The Croatian Football Federation, the City of Zagreb, and the Russian Embassy in Croatia held an event this afternoon to provide information to fans traveling to Russia for the greatest sporting event on the planet. HNS President Davor Šuker commented on the Russian ambassador's ambitious prediction that Croatia would reach the semifinals.
I really appreciate the fact that the ambassador has put a little extra pressure on us to reach the semifinals. But the important thing is to get out of the first round. We've got a great team and a coach that is ready for any and all challenges.
The weather forecast for tomorrow calls for partly sunny skies. Increased cloud cover in the morning could bring light showers, especially in higher elevations and parts of Dalmatia. Winds in the interior will be moderate and coming in out of the north and northeast. The Adriatic coast can expect a moderate to strong northeasterly with gale force gusts near the Velebit Channel. Morning lows of 10 to 14 degrees in the interior and from 12 to 16 on the coast will give way to highs of 17 to 22 degrees in the interior and from 21 to 25 degrees Celsius on the coast. Mostly sunny and warm weather is expected through till Sunday in continental regions. A moderate northeasterly wind will make morning temperatures slightly cooler. The Adriatic coast will also be mostly sunny and warm. A moderate to strong northeasterly wind on the coast with gale force gusts near the Velebit Channel will die down after Thursday. And that brings us to the end of our program. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again tomorrow night.